feeling dizzy, and I'm gonna go in the other room and turn on the TV, and um let me see. Hold on one second. Toes on my toes to see if it'll help the dizziness. Up and then down 5, and side and up. Okay, I'm muting you for 1 second till I get to where the computer is. All right, let me turn on Ellen. I have a dance class in an hour. I'm going to rewind it to the beginning, but I don't think I changed the channel to like 303, so it's probably going to miss the first 3 minutes. Yeah.
I will now look at some secrets, and then I will try to match the secret with the person. I know none
Wolf,
of
if you want to say hi.
any of you before.
Where are you?
All right. Wow. Okay.
Hello.
I can play the recorder with my nose.
Here, you want to say hi?
Andy Cohen slapped me in the face with deli meat. I eat the cereal and the milk separately. I once danced so hard that I slipped and knocked myself unconscious. I caught my ex cheating on me with a grandma. Wow. Wow. All right.
Wow, it's cold in here.
I think that's not for Jonathan, the ex. I think, though, that, play the recorder with my nose. That sounds like something.
Hello, we're listening to Ellen.
Rianne's in a small town. There's not a lot to do.
Woof woof.
Daniela doesn't have time for that.
And me and Bear.
But she seems quirky because she's watched it so many times. I think she eats cereal and milk separately.
I need to find something to eat.
I think.
Is this breakfast?
Possibly. I don't know. Jonathan, where did you say you live?
I live in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. I don't know. Maybe you went to New York and maybe Andy come. No, you sleep so hard. Okay. I think he slapped you with some deli meat. And I think Caitlin is. I'm so sorry to hear that, but I think that happened to you. All right. How many do you have right?
She got them all right.
Wow. Okay. So I don't mean to make fun of small towns because I like a small town. I lived in a small town for a while, but I know there's not a lot to do. Do you play the recorder regularly, and you decided, let me see if I can do it with my nose as well?
It was a childhood thing. I just thought I'd goof around, and one day I tried it, and it seemed to work, so it stuck.
Yeah, all right. Do you have a recorder near you that you could show us?
I do.
All right, well then let's, might as well see it.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, maybe.
Why is she playing the recorder with her nose?
Wow, yes. All right. Wonderful party trick. Daniela. See, I just had a feeling. Somebody who's watching the entire all seasons of Friends 5 times. That's a bit, quirky, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it a particular kind of cereal? What cereal do you like?
I like Cheerios, but I don't like the texture of it when they pack them up. So I just like treat it separately.
Right.
I don't like the sogginess.
Right. Which is the point of cereal. Caitlin, that's a shame. So the grandma must have been a young grandma, not like an 80-year-old woman.
Yeah, she was in her 40s.
Yeah.
But she had a daughter who was the same age as me, and she had a kid, so it was weird.
Yeah. So did you leave him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I was going to say no. We're getting married. All right. And Claire, you danced so hard. What kind of a dance were you doing that you knocked yourself unconscious?
I think I was just really vibing to some early 2000s hip hop.
Do you remember the song it was?
No, because I hit my head very hard the beginning of the whole time at the bars of Blur.
Right. Yeah. But you probably didn't remember much after that. Have you ever danced that hard since?
Yes.
Right. Nothing should stop you from dancing hard. Don't let anything ever stop you from dancing hard.
Please wait for the host to start what meeting?
All right, Jonathan, why did Andy Cohen slap you in the face with deli meat?
Well, I am a huge Real Housewives fan, and you were right. I went to New York to an event that had one of the original cast members of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And if you remember back to the early seasons, her sons used to play a game where they would throw ham and try to get it to land on each other's face. Well, I smuggled some deli meat into the venue, and when it came to audience question time, I waved my ham and said, "Let's play." And when it came to land on my face, Andy came real close and took a slice of ham and right to the moneymaker.
Yeah. But look what it's gotten you on television to talk about it. So that's really. So if you've ever, it's a lesson at home, anybody watching, someone slaps you in the face with deli meat, don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as an opportunity to be on television. That's how you play Silver T. So playing, each of you is getting a 65-inch 4K TCL
Let's
TV.
check Haps.
And now I'm going to let you in on a little secret about what's going to happen next.
Woof Woof has his account up.
Is going to dance.
Let's check the feed. Haps community updates and Q&A is on. I am on. Let's see. Holistic Deb is on. $16 more broadcasts are on the trending list. What are you hearing? Hello? Hello? What are you hearing? Are you not hearing, Ellen? And why is that woman playing a recorder with her nose?
What are you hearing? It's almost a little scary that this is what you did, Justin. I'm worried about you.
Woof Woof, where are you?
The only thing that we were discussing, and I just wanted to be in the moment and not be planning a wedding.
All right. Let me see. Let me see.
Did you do this just to combat Blake Shelton?
All right. Let me see. Let me see. I probably shouldn't eat too much if I have a dance class online at 4:30. What are you hearing? I probably shouldn't eat too much if I have a dance class online. All right, well, what are you hearing? I was trying to climb the leaderboard on my conference, so I scheduled a meetup for people to come listen to Ellen with me. trying to find the leaderboard for my conference, so I scheduled a meeting. Where are the gifts on here? Why am I not seeing them? Share, analytics, fill, mute. More, menu, edit profile. But why is it wanting to edit the profile? Oh, I am on my account. I thought I was on Woof Woof's account. Oops. I mean, I thought Woof Woof was on his account. Authorization error. Close. Let me see. Haps Community Q&A today at 3:38. Should we turn that on for a second?
So Brett jumped in and clarified that there probably won't be an update this week because they're spending the week doing some infrastructure improvements and purposes. So yeah, that's, as I mentioned earlier, that's the big focus of this week. So apologies in advance for if there's not any news or updates this week, but infrastructure updates are actually super important. And
yeah, should I ask why I don't get featured anymore?
Star of the new Apple TV show, The Mosquito Coast. Take a look.
Do I care? Hi, Lisa. Did I see Natalie Gelman on here? No, it's on Native Graffiti.
Please welcome Justin Thoreau.
Hi, babe. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's been a while. And look at you on the cover of Esquire magazine. Let's just talk about this shot right there. Look at that.
Yeah, well, there's Kuma. Kuma let me be on the cover with her.
That's really sweet of her. It says in small print, you have to really, really read it, but it says that you're turning 50.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Where's-
It's nice of them to put that on the cover of a magazine.
Right. Yeah, but look at your body though. That's 50. There's nothing wrong with that. You look fantastic.
Thanks, Ellen.
Is that the doggy, by the way? Is that the doggy you
I saw Lisa on here, but I can't see.
That was the one that I rescued. Yes, correct. It had mange all over her. She was a rescue from Texas.
Yeah.
Great state of Texas.
After the hurricane, right?
Yes, she after Hurricane Harvey, I was driving through Texas. And there's a great shelter there that I stop in at whenever I'm there in Austin called Austin Pets Alive. And they do a shelter called The Chance to Bloom, and I went and met with her, and we fell in love, and then shortly thereafter, we were back in New York together.
You're such a good guy, and she had a fear of water, and then she taught herself to swim.
She did. I mean, really taught herself to swim. It wasn't like a thing. These girls you're seeing right now are the daughters of a friend of mine, and she was not excited.
I'm trying to read the comment there.
She became very attached to these two little girls, and then left.
Oh, get booted, not get bored.
I swear, it's not.
Wow.
What's with that dog?
It's like something I made up that's on the dodo, but it's not. It's real.
That's so
And
sweet.
and she now will alert. Like if I say the word H-E-L-P, I won't say it now. She'll like snap to attention, or she's really like a very just such a great dog. She's really fabulous.
Well, she got
She'll
lucky.
help talk to
She
you.
got lucky that you found her. And then the two of you, when you say you were in love, you're not joking, because you had formal Fridays that it's almost a little scary that this is what you did, Justin. I'm worried about you.
We were in the midst of New York at the time. Was in the midst of the pandemic. We were in the thick of it. That was in March, April, May.
We'll have to watch the replay of this.
Ground zero
Of
for
the Haps
and Jimmy
discussion.
Kimmel, our friend, was doing Formal Fridays over on the West Coast View for Children's Hospital.
How many views? Let me look.
So I decided to participate also because what else was I doing? I had nothing else to do. So I could spend all day getting us ready for this dinners and making dinners. I'd make her a little meal and she would eat that.
That's sweet.
My profile.
Let's talk about Mosquito Coast. Tell everybody what it's about.
Sure.
23.7K views.
Oh Lord, it's sort of about
4.2K subscribers.
About a family that basically goes on the run for several reasons, but not first and foremost, the patriarch, the father, sort of is sick of America and thinks everything is wrong with it, and it's one of the reasons, and he just wants to take his family on this adventure. He's sort of this brilliant, by turns, charismatic, but also difficult man to be with, and it's sort of their search for their sort of Shangri-La. They sort of light out in Mexico, and we shot all over Mexico. We shot Mexicali, Puebla, Mexico City, Guadalajara, Punta, all these great locations all over Mexico. That's the desert there, which was probably the most brutal location we shot.
Should I ask why I never get on the trending list anymore?
Flags that there are people listening to saying that you shot in Mexico and they're holding up their flags.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
Oh, they are? Oh.
Yeah, there's somebody in Mexico
I
right
loved
now.
it down there.
Yeah, and your uncle wrote the book that the series is based on, and your grandfather is
Yeah.
some of your inspiration for your character.
Well, he was the inspiration for the book, I think. An element of him. My grandfather was this. He's not as difficult. That's my Uncle Paul there. He's not as difficult as my character is. He was this very, grew up very poor, thrifty. Would take us to the dump, get clothing or books, or his whole philosophy was sort of, if you can't find it at the dump, you probably don't need it. It's actually not all that wrong, but you could just buy it probably cleaner. But yeah, he would take us there, me, my cousins, brothers and sisters, on weekends and things like that. Just a family outing to the dump.
Yeah, well, everyone has a different memory.
Should I ask my question if I'm not even like?
We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna play a game. We'll see how good I am. I think you're gonna fool me on this one. We'll be back.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask him a question in there. Let me see.
Do not have an app's profile, but at the moment, you do need to have one. Eric, in the rules and guidelines, I've noticed with the username, when people bring up usernames in their title and harass and bully others, they will have a warning, or is it an automatic ban for apps? It's a really good question. It totally depends on the situation. The moderation team collectively reviews any reports of bullying or harassment, and if it's falls into the realm of hate speech or getting really offensive, it'll probably be an automatic ban. Otherwise, they will receive a warning. And that gets
warning for
counted,
what?
essentially. Andrew's asking, what languages do the team collectively speak?
What determines who gets on the trending board now? I used to be on there all the time. Now I never am.
Spanglish and some Monglish in my corner of the team, at least. So, yes. I struggle with English, particularly deciphering comments and questions from the audience at times. But yeah, I'm sure our team probably has some more languages than that represented. When watching a landscape broadcast with several people in broadcast,
there's a delay.
Cover the left side. It's impossible to see the image. The comments disappear faster. Okay, so that's something that we can take to our team, Jane. Really appreciate that feedback. If there's really active comments, like constantly coming in, it's blocking. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. For your penalty, I bestow a gift.
When will the Android viewing experience match that of iOS regarding all the overlays, etc.? Asked Brett Walsh. That's a really good question. I hope Brett, our Half team, is still here, but that should be coming soon. Our team on Android is definitely working hard to roll back in and implement many of the current capabilities that iOS has, and it's far from over in terms of the product roadmap for Android. So do stay tuned. We have two different channels for two different things within
to reach on our streams. Is this only
something that
possible
should
in the
channel, like I
website
currently
and
have
on the phone app? Have you guys made a
When
way
you're
for us
reading
to
the
choose
questions,
the
can
what?
you read off who was asking? Yes, so Mike was asking about how to have two different channels. So Mike, we do have something called Teams, right, which we're happy to connect you with if you want to have a branded profile that houses one of your shows that's specific to sports or specific to news or music or whatnot. You're able to set that up and connect other people, other hosts or guests that will be regularly appearing on that type of broadcast under that show's team page. So we're happy to walk you through how that works. Mike, please shoot us an email. I think you have our email addresses and we can chat. But very cool idea. Love that you're exploring, beyond sports into some other genres of content. Very cool to see you live recently with NFL draft stuff, by the way. Cool. Elena's asking, when you get $200, then what? You can get more or it resets? It's a really good question. So the way that the monetization...
Okay, Justin, I know a lot
Can't
about
listen to
this,
both
but
at the
I
same
don't know
time.
everything, so we're going to play a game called Can Justin Throw Me Off the Truth?
That it will obviously reset back down to zero and you can start adding that up again. Or you can just wait if you'd like to wait longer. You can totally do so. It's not like it caps you at $200 and then you have to.
3 facts about you are going to pop up on the screen. 2 of them are lies. 1 will be real. Twitch and I will have to guess which one is true. All right. Mm-hmm. Let's see what they are. I wrote a play about hard-boiled eggs. I got hit by a car in New York while skateboarding and woke up with amnesia. I have a tattoo of my mom on my thigh. 2 of them are lies. 1 is the truth. And as I said, I know a lot about you, but I know you have a lot of tattoos. I don't think you have a tattoo of your mom on your thigh. And if you had one, I don't think it would be on your thigh.
Another good question from probably possible 2 questions, actually.
You have a feeling
1,
about,
how do we set up those
you think
finance
you
goals?
play about hard-boiled eggs?
That's what I was leaning towards. I think the one about hard-boiled eggs seems like it's like...
I think it's so weird that it's
Tim
trying
David.
to think that that's it. I think he actually got hit by a car because he would be skateboarding in New York. He would do something like that, and I think he'd get hit by a car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with 1.
You're gonna go with the eggs?
I'm gonna go with 1. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the eggs.
He's gonna go with hard-boiled eggs, which sounds like a fascinating play, by the way.
I mean,
Hopefully it becomes a musical.
Justin, Twitch, I didn't write that play.
You didn't.
Unfortunately, and so Ellen, you get to put 1 up on the scoreboard for I got hit by a car and had amnesia.
You did.
Yes, that's a true story.
But hit by a car, what?
It was actually a van, but I got hit by a van and woke up with people all around me. I clearly blacked out for I think a long time. There was a woman over me weeping. There were 2 gentlemen holding my arms so I wouldn't touch my head, and the woman was screaming at me. She goes, "Who are you? What's your name? What's your phone number? What's your?" Trying to get in touch with someone.
And you're like, I don't know.
And it was as if someone had asked me like what was an umbrella, and I forgot the name of umbrella, but it was myself. And I had no clue who I was, and I didn't know.
I knew I
do
it,
but I didn't know that
they're just tools and not a platform as well. So.
And then sort of a panic sets in, and then gradually it started to come back, and the ambulance. This was kind of the New York hilarious part of it. The ambulance took about an hour and 20 minutes to get there, and I was lying on the pavement just going, and people are now kind of getting bored with this guy. He's got blood pouring out of his head, and they were like, and I look up and finally the EMT shows up over me, and all I see is sort of his face over me, looking at me. And then he turns back to his partner, who I guess is sort of still in the truck, and he goes, "He's not dead." They didn't rush because they just figured he's dead. He's not going to be alive when we get there anyway.
Wow.
And then later, when I'm in the ambulance going to the hospital, the guy was like, "Yeah, we thought you were dead. Sorry, we would have been on so we knew that you were still alive."
That's hilarious. Oh my God. Did you have broken bones or anything? What happened to you?
No,
Any amount, or is it all or nothing?
I had a concussion, and then I went into the hospital that night, and I had to keep me overnight for observation. They gave me all these brain scans and things. And then a guy wakes me up I forgot this part of the story. A guy wakes you up in the middle of the night and he says, we got to get the doctor in here from Jersey. We noticed something on your CAT scans. It's like 2 a.m. And I go, well, what? And so then they shave my head and prep me for brain surgery. And I go, oh, okay. And then they make you sign all this paperwork that says, and I'm thinking, I got to call somebody. Like, no one to call. So I signed my life away on these paperwork. Then the doctor finally gets there from Jersey. And he comes in, sort of rumpled hair, and he looks at the CAT scan. He's like, oh, it's just the thing with the scan. It's not really it's not blood on the brain. And he's like, you go back to bed. But I spent about half an hour there waiting just to go into brain surgery.
With your head shaved.
But it was nothing.
Yeah.
With my head, I had a nice big bald patch in my head. So a couple of stitches and discharged in the morning.
Glad you're okay, and glad you didn't write a play about hard-boiled eggs. Justin, it's great seeing you. I hope to see you soon. The Mosquito Coast is available on Apple TV+. We'll be back. I love you too. Bye.
Who said that?
Lisa has hers. Nice. Yeah, a lot of the people that got the merch from March leaderboard now have them in the mail or on their way. A few in international locations will take a little bit longer to get to you, but they will get to you. And lastly, just to recap, April invite leaderboard is over, and Randy came in and won again. So congratulations to Randy. I know that's Randy, and I know he's talking a little bit about it in his broadcast today, that he's really investing time on Twitch and trying to get users from there onto apps. Very cool. Yeah, really excited about that. Yep. Sadie has a question. Hey guys, can you guys please remove the awards on the screen when watching a broadcast? I've accidentally hit an award twice of $3 and no way to take it back. So yeah, I'm assuming you're either on Android or on desktop where there's like a little awards banner. Those will be removed from those two viewing experiences here ASAP. We'll have to be opening cafes anytime soon. I love that question. I don't think we're quite there yet, but where would our first location be? I guess it'd be in LA somewhere. Yeah, with super fast and different sets for people to live broadcast it. Cool idea. Congratulations, though. Yeah, if you got a hoodie, it'll be on its way here in the near future. We will be sending out a form for you all to fill out and provide us those details. Have to be a cafe here in Montreal. Okay, duly noted. We'll forward that on to Mark, our CEO. I'm sure that'll be in the business plan. Nice. Cheers from Motor City, says John. Hey, thanks for joining us. All these new faces, so great to see you here. Welcome, especially to you folks. Let us know if you have any questions about the HAPS platform. We are here to answer them. Yeah, we got a couple questions here about HAPS merch and if we're going to be selling it. I don't want to speak for certain, but there are talks and plans to potentially open up a online store so that you can order
Facebook gaming from
the
Facebook
merch yourselves directly. Although I feel like it has to be different because those that take advantage of the leaderboard should probably have the unique stuff. Yeah, still, details yet to come, but certainly want to make it more accessible. And maybe I'll get some HAPS swag if I order some from a store that we create, because it's clearly not happening anytime soon otherwise. But yes, we will keep you updated on that. Lost TV, great to see you here. I've loved your broadcast recently. Congrats on being a broadcaster on Friday. Perhaps make a push to try and get users who aren't on streaming platforms already to join HAPS. Yes, absolutely, we will be. We have big plans for this year, some really exciting announcements to come in the next few weeks here. Very excited about the future of HAPS, Lost, and thanks for joining. Feel free to email us with any questions. We'd love your help and support to bring in new users, new broadcasters, new viewers, all that. Yeah. See you later, Bernie. Hope you have a good day. Cecilia's asking, well, actually has an idea, some sort of gesture, double type, swipe aside, or etc. for show comments on screen. That's a really good idea. If you can build that in as an easy way for users to move the comments out of the way, we'll definitely put that in our request. Thank you.
What's going on? Somebody has pictures of your book. Somebody knows.
Oh, Harvard Journal. I did see your comment about trending. I'm just going to get to it. Essentially, what's happening for the trending tab, how you get on there is overall, we'll call it essentially reactions, comments, awards, views, and so on. So more of like that typical algorithm type stuff that you're used to seeing. But yeah. Sorry, for this track. I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Hey, if we have mugs, why not partner with Marriott or perhaps,
back to the topic at hand. Elena's asking, where do you find the trending list? I can't find it. So if you're on mobile, if you go to your feed, at the very top there's a My Feed or trending option. Go ahead and hit trending and then you'll see some other live broadcasts that aren't in your My Feed.
So basically the documentary is about 5 different kids in the Kansas City area, basically going through their journeys and how each one of us take a different path.
And why did you decide
Andrew,
to be part of that?
Were you on?
I wanted to spread awareness and help either a little girl or a little boy either find their way or help families understand their children that were going through the same thing that I was.
Yeah, I think that would be one of the hardest things for everyone, for you yourself, for your family, because it's a really tricky thing that people don't understand. So, and you knew at 5, 6 years old, and people would think that's really young to make a decision. And I know your family spent a long time thinking about this, but there are know that they are the right body.
Yes. So when I was 5. I told my mom constantly while fighting her to put boys' clothes on that I was a boy stuck in a girl's body. And later on in years after research, at the age of 12 is when I started the documentary, and that is when I started my full transition with cutting my hair, hormones, and all that such.
What would you say to people who are going through something similar with their child? What would you say to parents? What's the best thing they can do if their child is saying that to them?
My best advice would be to let your child be who they truly are meant to be, and let them express who they are. Sometimes it can be something that's hard to accept, but in the long run, as I see it as if as long as your child's happy, you should be happy too. And my mom always told me when I was little, express who you are, and you'll be the happiest in life, and you'll go the farthest in life if your parents support you. So it's just a matter of let your child be who they are.
Yeah, that's the best case scenario. You want a parent who just wants you to be happy, but a lot of parents want their children to be who they want them to be. I think it's really hard for parents to realize they're not you. They're not an extension of you. They're their own beings. What was it like to grow up transgender in your community? It must have been hard.
It was very challenging. I hid a lot. I hid a lot from other people, from school, from friends. It was very hard to live in my community just because everybody was so against it and said it was wrong. And a lot of people thought it was a disease. A lot of the time, like when I was used in high school or middle school, I would use a pencil. No one would use it after me. And also, like throughout my years of high school and middle school, I was secluded. So in middle school, I was secluded enough to a desk all by myself. I was a single kid. Because I was transgender.
Wow. I don't even know how you got through something like that. As a kid, it's hard as an adult to be ostracized like that from other people and to feel different as an adult. But as a kid, that's a really tough thing. And, that's why visibility is so important for people. People need to, and if no one's met someone who's trans, if no one's met someone of color or who's gay or whatever, like someone who they just don't know anything about, it's really important to have visibility.
Yes, it's really hard. it's a thing that kind of I have noticed through several people that I have talked to that are trans and kind of through their journeys. Our reaction is just to hide from everybody because we feel comfortable because we don't have to feel like we have to explain ourselves to everybody, and we just feel so safe in our own mind that if we hide everything, we think everything's okay. And I think visibility is the biggest thing now these days because there are a lot of things passing through that are affecting trans people today. And I think being visible is the most important thing instead of hiding. I learned that a lot throughout the years of filming and, being trans myself.
Yeah. I hope people watch the documentary. It's called Transhood. It's available on HBO and HBO Max. And to access resources for the transgender community and allies, go to our website. We just need more love in this world. That's all. Just more love.
Yes.
Jay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back.
Setting a date, and then it became the only thing that we were discussing, and I just wanted to be in the moment and not be planning a wedding.
All right, let's see what they're saying.
Michelle's got a good question about the HAPS challenge. Is that coming back? Not currently in the near future, at least, but we'll definitely be doing some sort of future programs for challenges, as well as probably referral program of some sort. So keep an eye and ear out. We will definitely let you know, Michelle. Good question.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that is the broadcasting stream challenge that was 8 weeks long. So, yeah, definitely be thinking about something here in the near future. Pablo's always there.
He's like, that's like Big Brother and more like Batman. When the signal goes up, like he's always watching.
Less like Big Brother, more like Batman.
I don't think if I want to be Batman,
Because
jump out the door.
he doesn't follow any of the legal processes, so it's Peter Robin. Yeah. No, actually, that's great.
Because I definitely wouldn't be the sidekick in this scenario. I would absolutely be the or probably just a separate superhero entirely, probably like Superman, since I'm already sporting all the red. Now this could turn into a cape. Just saying this. But yeah, Pablo's got your back when
Kim, that's a great question. So essentially, what we want to implement is something like a viewer award for those of you that are not broadcasters but enjoy watching broadcasts and supporting broadcasts. Whether it be something along the lines of like top fan or something like that. Definitely thinking about how we can better, show appreciation to the users of the platform that are just watching and participating in dialogue and comments.
I hear his dog.
Yeah, so Lizzie, the monthly referral challenge is not going to come back. We've taken everyone's feedback. We've kind of assessed the how it's going for everyone, and decided that we should probably think of a new idea for the next time, which we've been doing, right? We had the broadcasting streak challenge, which started back in April for 8 weeks of January. Then we did this invite challenge for 2 months. So we'll think of something and we'll let everyone know as soon as it's announced.
Another consideration for the Ellen DeGeneres Show provided by
Peter is there too, just as much right now, but he's there, and that's always. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you. Yes, I'm also there. That is true. Although Pablo is there like the Flash. Maybe you'd be the Flash, and I'd be Superman. How about that?
Takes strength. So here's to the strong who trust in our performance
See what I did there?
long-lasting protection.
You reversed it.
Your strength is
Still need to be
supported by
promoting
ours.
HAPS everywhere to get more users on the app system. Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have plans for that, and we appreciate everyone helping to get the word out. And sharing those invite links is a great way. So go to your profile, post that on your social media, regardless of whether there's a challenge or not. We'd appreciate you bringing new folks in. There's lots of exciting changes and improvements coming very soon. So that's a great time to join in the HAPS journey.
or started to work.
100%.
Yeah, so John, will you ever put Habs on Apple TV? Yes, there is a goal to get Habs on.
Our next guest is an incredibly successful entrepreneur and philanthropist who has got a new show called The Big Shot with Bethany. Take a look.
I have 26 categories of product. I have a podcast business, a television business, a book business, and I'm building a marketplace for the whole entire Bethany brand. I am busy, and everyone thinks that just working for me means that we're just going to be drinking cocktails all day, but I take my business very seriously. I have built it. I have started from nothing. I do it all right even now. So buckle up, because only the strong will survive.
Please welcome my friend, Bethany Frankel. Hello, Bethany. You look lovely.
Thank you. I wore silver because one of your producers told me this is my 25th appearance on your show. Silver is the 25th anniversary color or material, metal.
Yep.
And this is the only silver thing that I own.
Well, it's a good thing that you own, and yes, this is your 25th appearance, and you look fantastic. Hey, you texted me recently because you said you were going to do stand-up, and you wanted some tips from me. How did it go?
Well, first of all, I have to thank you for responding and giving me the 3 tips. And I asked a few really serious comedians like you, like Chris Rock and Whitney Cummings and Kevin Nealon, and everyone responded immediately, which really gave me so much respect for the art form and the passion that comedians have for it. So that was really interesting.
What kind of cookies?
Because it wasn't that I
Mint
needed
Milanos.
the material, I wanted the structure, sort of the advice. And it went well. I did it for 7 minutes. And like life and like business, because I was prepared and had an understanding of what I was going to do, it ended up being great. I mean, people laughed. It was fun. And I felt confident up there. And I felt secure in what I was doing, which was great.
Where did you go? What club?
It was the only one open. It was called New York Comedy Club, and it was really interesting. I just thought I was really just courageous. I mean, I was nervous to do it, and the idea of it was even worse than actually doing it, like many things in life.
Yeah, and so is it like daytime friendly? What kind of material did you do?
Some of it, I talked about how you go in with your plastic credit card and you get your beverage in a plastic cup, and they sell sandwiches in plastic, and then you go up to the cash register to drink what you came there to drink, and it's served in a paper straw. And I did say something inappropriate, but that's where we're drawing the line. Everything in the store was plastic except for the one vehicle that you need to drink the actual beverage. Because halfway through the beverage, you're drinking out of like a paper airplane.
Yes.
So I talked about that. I talked about the Kardashians, how I want to meet Kale's publicist, how you're assaulted by a massage Kale and Kale Caesar and Kale every which way but Sunday, and there's baby Kale, like the Kardashians have kids too. And so I talked about just the onslaught of Kale everywhere. So it was daytime show friendly enough for you.
It's fantastic. That's good stuff. It has to be relatable. That's the most important thing for people to laugh at it. You were here last time. You were single. We played a game. You were going to date Bradley Cooper. That's who you chose. But now you're engaged. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you planning a wedding?
We will have a wedding, but I'm not planning a wedding right now. I started planning a wedding and setting a date, and then it became the only thing that we were discussing, and I just wanted to be in the moment and not be planning a wedding. I'm trying to do things differently and have my priorities in the right place versus the pomp and circumstance. And it is still a pandemic, and it feels weird at my age to be sort of worrying about the superficiality of it all, and versus just the meaning of the commitment and the relationship. So it's a sort of a paradigm shift.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're happy. You have a reality competition show. It's called The Big Shot with Bethany. Tell everybody about it.
The show was created out of a true need for me to find my second in command. Anyone who has a business or is taking on too much realizes that you need someone else because you can't do it all. And I've never really taken the time to stop down and find that person. And it just became a situation where I needed that person. I thought it would be an interesting process to cover it because you need to take the time, and it's based on my real business. It's based on my real products, my real brands, real projects going on, and the job is very much real. So it's a pretty warts and all show about what it's like to really keep it together as a business person.
Well, I thought it was a great idea because you're getting paid for finding someone who you needed anyway, and instead of a process of auditioning, you actually get to do a show with them. So I thought, again, that's you making money. All right, Bethany, we have to take a break. More with Bethany after this.
Verify your account. Your registration has been confirmed. I register for things that may have replays even if I can't go. If they're free. Let's check.
I could do you one better with cheddar.
Hoover. Wait, let's check the sent messages.
Everything's better with cheddar, like my new cheddar biscuit breakfast sandwich.
Sent.
With cheddar baked right in.
Should we check spam? Should we check? Let me see.
Kaiser Permanente Senior Advantage. Is it because
Sent.
there's 0 monthly premium and 0 annual deductible? And 0 copays for preventive care?
No reply. Let's check spam.
That also includes prescription drug coverage.
Maybe it's because you can visit your doctor, get tests,
Spam.
and refill prescriptions. Often in one convenient
Stupid
location.
ass
Because you get your choice of all available Kaiser Permanente doctors.
garbage spam. Okay, where's the delete forever button on that? Delete this message.
Or is it because Kaiser Permanente's Medicare health plan is rated 5 out of 5 stars? And
That's
Oregon
not
and Southwest
spam.
Washington? That's Medicare's highest possible rating.
Call 1-877-294-0466 and get your free Kaiser Permanente Guide to Medicare. That's 1-877.
My pulse is racing, maybe from the 10 sips of cold brew coffee. Okay, what do I want this to not, this one's not spam. Report not phishing.
All good here. Something's wrong with my AC.
Delete forever.
It won't turn off. Luckily, I'm a member of American
Not
Home Shield.
spam.
My plan helps cover the cost when parts of more than 20 home appliances and systems wear out.
Save on avocados from Mexico.
Replace them.
American Home Shield is the
Clip
largest
coupon.
and pays the most home warranty claims.
It covers things home insurance doesn't, no matter their age. It's a beautiful day. I've never felt so good. For a free quote, go to ahs.com. That's ahs.com. Hey, Jess!
Make breakfast better with cheddar. My new cheddar biscuit breakfast sandwiches with cheese baked right into the biscuit, hickory smoked bacon or grilled sausage, and a freshly cracked egg. Try them today. Only at Jack in the Box.
We are back with Bethany Frankel. I saw your dogs are famous on Instagram. How are they doing?
They're doing well. I actually am training them. They're going to be 5, and I decided that you can teach old dogs new tricks because they do mark, they do pee on certain surfaces, and I realized that everything that you tell people, which is to hydrate 24 hours a day and to release your bladder at all times, is the opposite of what I'm telling my dogs. I'm trying to get them to hold it in for 4 hours in between walks, and I'm trying to control the water, only do the water before the walk. So it's confusing.
Right. I don't know about any of that. I think your dogs are as you said, I don't think you can teach old dogs new tricks, and I think your dogs are going to continue to pee. Sorry to tell you that. But hey, listen, you got COVID around the same time as me, and I think you had it worse than me, right? Were you in trouble?
I was like for 12 days, and it was relentless. I did not lose my sense of taste, but I just could not get out of it, and it was a fever nonstop, and I did chip my teeth on the shattering, and it was like this monster, like in a movie when you think that you're gonna get out of it, and then the monster's hand pulls you back. It was really brutal. I have to say, I did not expect that. I kept thinking, oh, it's gonna get better. We're gonna get out of this thing, and it went on forever.
glad you're better now. I'm glad that you're over it. But yeah, mine was not as bad as what I've heard from some people. But hey, I don't want to run out of time before I mention your work with disaster relief. Be Strong hit a milestone of $100 million in aid while helping Texans in the storm.
Thank you. It's been great, and I have to always mention that you, in the very beginning and always, have helped me and donated and been public about supporting us, and it's made a difference because, to be honest, having credible people talk about it makes other people donate. It's always been 100% directly to people. We've always been transparent about where the money's going. We've been helping in St. Vincent now, and we did PPE to all 50 states, and I'm really proud, and it just takes one step, and then you put another foot in front of the other, and like anything like business, you become credible in it, and you're able to really make a difference. But I thank you and the Ellen Show so much. You've helped us so much all along the way throughout the 3 years.
Well, thank you for doing what you do, Bethany. You're always there to help whenever there's anything going on. So thank you for doing that. New episodes of The Big Shot with Bethany air Thursdays on HBO Max. We'll be back. Thanks, Bethany.
Thanks,
Some days, you just don't have it. Now my uncle, though, he's taking Trulicity for his type 2 diabetes, and now he's really on his game.
Once weekly Trulicity lowers your A1C by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Most people reach an A1C under 7%. Plus, Trulicity can lower your risk of cardiovascular events. It can also help you lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes.
What is this one? Register now for what?
If you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
Oh, that's a low price.
The FDA could authorize Pfizer's vaccine for children 12 and older by next week. $5 off at Pizzicato for what kind of pizza do you get the discount on?
At Amazon, anytime is a good time to save.
Order of 25 or more.
You know what makes the perfect
All right, what else?
cheese? You need only the freshest milk and cream. That one. And the world's best, and possibly only, Schmier. Philadelphia. Schmier perfection.
Does scrubbing feel like a workout? Scrub less with Dawn Platinum. Its superior formula breaks down and removes up to 99% of tough grease and food residue faster. So you scrub less. Tackle grease wherever it shows up. Scrub less, save more with Dawn.
I knew about Hand and Stone for a while, and then my husband had given me a gift card. It took me a while to make that appointment. Once I did, I was hooked.
Give Mom more for less this Mother's Day with Hand and Stone gift cards.
Sophia, whatever happens, we're here to protect you.
Thank you. There's no room for fear in your dream home policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Smile Direct Club. These are Smile Direct Club aligners. They can turn a smile like this into a smile like this in as little as 4 to 6 months for less than $3 a day. Choose Smile. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
Watching KGW is easier than ever on Fire TV. Just search KGW on your Fire TV device and click the download button.
You can easily find and stream live newscasts on your schedule.
And unlock hours of on-demand content like Verify, which fact-checks viral claims so you have the most accurate information.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. Download KGW on Fire TV today.
Next here at 4 o'clock, vandals defaced the Oregon Holocaust Memorial this weekend. How the community came together to fight back against hate. Then virtual learning, well, forget it. Centennial High School students are doing paper worksheets for now after a cyber breach of the school's computers. Plus, a Minnesota woman's incredible dedication. She walked more than 6,000 miles this year while working. Before we go, I want to play a quick round of the hardest game in daytime television. It's time for Holy Roller. All right, let's meet our virtual contestant. Hi there. Hi. What's your name?
I'm Marika.
Marika. Hi, Marika. Where are you right now?
I am on a college campus in good old Nebraska.
Oh, good old Nebraska. All right, Marika. The game is very simple. All I have to do is I have to roll a ball into a tiny hole. It is called the hardest game in daytime television. But if I do it, you win 1,000 big ones. All right? All right. And to double the chances, Twitch is going to roll too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Incredible. Thank you.
All right, Twitch, do you want to go first?
No, ladies first, please.
Come on,
Yeah.
you go first.
Okay. All right. Now,
You can do it, Twitch. You can do it. Yes.
Nope.
Oh, all right.
Great
Well,
speed.
let me show you how it's done.
Okay, all right.
All right. Which one you want? The red?
I was going to say the blue.
All right,
If you
I'll
look
take
at
the
it.
blue.
All right. Nice.
Oh! So close. Twitch, try again. There's your warm-up.
No, mother.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Stay calm.
No. No.
Stay calm.
I got this. I got this.
Yep.
No! He threw me off. Oh, well. All right. So sorry. We didn't make it. But I'm in charge. I want to give you a 65-inch 4K TCL TV. I want to thank Justin Terrell, Simon J, Bethany Frankel. I want to thank all of you for watching. Feel the love in this room. I send it all back to you. Go out and spread it around the world, everybody. Bye.
How do you get a free Inner Circle ticket?
Anyway.
This is KGW News at 4.
First at 4, the state of Washington will soon announce new counties that must go back to phase 2 COVID restrictions. Well, it looks like Clark County will just miss the cut and stay in phase 3. Tim Gordon has more from Southwest Washington.
With coronavirus cases rising in Washington, the state is adding back restrictions. As part of the state's Roadmap to Recovery plan, Cowlitz, Pierce, and Whitman counties moved from phase 3 back to phase 2. 3 weeks later, it's time for another assessment. The public health director thinks Clark County will not revert to phase 2.
We should meet the metric for hospital admissions, and we're below 5 per 100,000 over 7 days. So I believe, to the best of my knowledge, we will stay in phase 3.
The state is looking at 2 metrics, but counties need only meet one of them to remain in the less restrictive phase 3. First, they're looking at new cases over a 14-day period. Anything over 200 per 100,000 is a fail, and Clark County is failing at 239. But as Dr. Melnick said, its new hospitalization rate is below 5 at 3.4. The stakes are high, At phase 3, counties can allow 50% indoor occupancy in restaurants and other businesses, up to 10 people gathered indoors, and 50 outdoors. But at phase 2, indoor occupancy drops down to 25% for all those businesses. Indoor gatherings drops to 5 people, and outdoors to just 15. Clark County could revert to phase 2 next time if it's not careful.
The message for the public is we're not out of this yet, and we need people to do a couple of things. One is avoid those gatherings, wear masks and physically distance when you're out in public, and get vaccinated.
Now to schools, which are welcoming more kids back. At Vancouver Public Schools, kindergarten through 3rd grade students are going from 2 to 4 days in class starting this week, with older grades to come. Dr. Melnick sees schools following health safety rules, and it's working.
I think the schools have been doing a great job. I mean, they've been following the guidelines. We've seen very little transmission in schools.
As for vaccine in Southwest Washington, there's more supply than demand, a huge change from not long ago. Melnick says this to anyone wavering on getting vaccinated.
We need to think about getting the numbers down and getting the number of cases down. And the more people get vaccinated, the less transmission there will be.
And what about Cowlitz County, now stuck in phase 2? Well, that is not likely to change. Their case numbers are still too high. And one other note, if you've got friends that are traveling up into the Seattle area, well, both King and Snohomish counties are very likely to revert to phase 2 on Tuesday. In Southwest Washington, Tim Gordon, KGW News.
All right, so now let's take a look at coronavirus cases here in Oregon. Oregon reported
Okay, gotta go. Bye.
And 1 death. Hospitalizations are also climbing here, with at least 351 people being treated for COVID-19. The state just marked 2,500